Today I want to talk about the biggest surprises of this NBA season. Now I'm going to do 3 surprises, but it's kind of like 5 because I have like 2 players and 2 teams in one surprise. So the first one is Jaren Jackson and Ja Morant just falling off this season. Now Jaren Jackson's fall off hasn't been as like severe or like to the same extent as Ja Morant's fall off, but he's still kind of falling off this year. Let's start with Ja because his is like the most apparent and like the one that's being talked about the most. So Ja's points per game has been down by almost 6 from last year. He's averaging like 17 points per game, and he was averaging like 22 last year, which isn't like amazing for Ja Morant, but it was better than this year. Like now he's averaging 17. He's shooting 19% from 3, 36% from the field, and he has a 38.5 effective field goal percentage, which is like disgusting. Especially for a guard who scores mainly in the paint and is like a slasher, like a slashing guard. This is like disgusting. Like he's still taking the threes, even though shooting 19%, he's still taking them. Which he shouldn't, honestly. At this point, he should just stop taking the threes. 19% is like horrible from a point guard, especially. So yeah, he's just been like really bad, and the cause really is probably like the pileup of injuries, but he hasn't had like a major injury ever in his career. So maybe it is just a pileup of injuries. He's kind of lost his burst, like his first step, his vertical, like he hasn't been jumping as high. So maybe the injuries have taken a toll on him, but this is really concerning, especially if you're a Grizzlies fan. I've always been a Ja Morant fan, Ja Morant supporter, so I'm hoping that he can bounce back. But it's really looking scary for him because he wasn't good last season, or like he was okay last season, but he wasn't great, like up to his standards. And now he's just bad, like, so I don't even know if he's going to bounce back from this. I'm hoping he does though. Next we have Jaren Jackson falling off. Now, Jaren Jackson, of course, as I said before, his fall off hasn't been as bad as Ja's fall off, but he has not been as good this season. He hasn't looked as good on the defensive end. He's been much less effective as a scoring threat. And as a result of him and Ja Morant falling off, the Grizzlies are the 9 seed. They're in like the bottom half of the play-in where they wouldn't have home court advantage in their... Actually, no, they would have home court advantage in the 9-10 matchup, but they would have to win 2 games to get into the playoffs. So it isn't really looking good for the Grizzlies. I mean, this is kind of where they were last season, but like that's not like this team is better than a 9 seed, maybe, or maybe not. Maybe it may not be. Like I don't know if there are, if they are better than some of the teams that are above them, but that's neither here nor there. Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson have been playing. They haven't been playing up to their standards this season, and it's really concerning for the Grizzlies. But a bright spot for the Grizzlies is Zach Edey playing good. He's been playing pretty good. He got injured recently. He's going to be reevaluated in like 4 weeks, which is concerning. Of course, you know, big guys like him, 7'4", a lot of guys like him don't really last in the league for long. Their body breaks down from injuries. So I'm really hoping the best for him. Like, knock on wood, I don't want his body to break down from injuries. Let's hope he can get healthy soon and get back to helping the Grizzlies. But yeah, he was looking pretty good. That's a bright spot for the Grizzlies. I guess you could say that's a surprise too. Like he had a pretty good rookie season, but not good enough for me to expect him to be this good this season. Help the Grizzlies, and like the time he's missed this season, you've really seen it in like the Grizzlies offense and defense. He's an amazing defender. Like he has an amazing very like big impact on the defensive side for the Grizzlies. Teams shoot a lot less paint shots when he's on the floor, so he's really been helping the Grizzlies on that side. And if Jaren Jackson can get back to his level of like competency, for lack of better words, then the Grizzlies defense, especially interior defense with him and Edey in the front court, it can be like insane. Like the Grizzlies defense can be crazy. They still have other good defenders like Jalen Wells. They got Cedric Coward. Like they can really have a good defense if their 2 stars can really like get back to themselves, especially Jaren Jackson, since he's like the defender, former DPOY on the team. Next surprise, we have the Suns and Celtics actually being competent. Now, the Celtics being competent isn't as much of a surprise as the Suns being competent, because we already knew the Celtics have an amazing coach. The Celtics have a great front office. Like they have a really good organization over there. They handle things well. And some people just expected them to like still want to compete. Joe Mazzulla is a coach that would want to compete regardless of them missing Tatum, regardless of them possibly getting a top pick if they do tank. So theirs wasn't as much of a surprise as the Suns. So we're going to start off with the Suns. So right now the Suns are the 7th seed. They're above 500. At the time of this recording, they're 14-12. And this is really, really surprising. Like Devin Booker hasn't even been playing like out of his mind. Like he's just been having like a normal season, like up to his standards. And they've missed Jalen Green for like 90% of the season, 95% of the season. He's only played 2 games out of the 26 that they've played. He looked pretty good in those 2 games, especially his first game. I'm pretty sure it was, he had like 28 points, I believe, somewhere around there. He just had an amazing game. He was hitting like step back threes. He was slashing, like he was doing everything for the Suns. He looked really good. But like he's missing time again. Dylan Brooks has been great. Like Dylan Brooks has really like kind of turned into a 2-way player. He's been scoring the ball a lot. And honestly, 2-way player might be kind of a stretch. Like he's just scoring much more. He still isn't like amazing on the offensive side. Like his defense is still much better than his offense. However, he is not bad on the offensive side. Like he's really, really good on the offensive side this season. They've really needed the scoring for them to be this good. Somebody like Mark Williams. Mark Williams has really looked like a solid pickup. He's been pretty good for them at center. That was really like, before they got him, that was really like a hole in their roster. So getting Mark Williams was a great addition to the roster, and it's been helping them a lot. He's been pretty good on the defensive end as well. Their defense has really been helping them be this good of a team. I wouldn't say good of a team, maybe just like solid of a team. Like they're not really like a good team. They're just like a competent team, which wasn't expected. Like a lot of people coming into this year, since they traded KD, since they lost Beal, people were really just expecting them to be like a bottom feeder team in the West, probably like Kings level type team, but they're much better than the Kings. The Kings suck. The Suns actually have a chance of making the playoffs. They're a 7th seed. They're like a few games out of the actual playoff picture, so they have a chance of making the playoffs even without the play-in tournament, which is really, really surprising. I did not expect the Suns to be this good. I wasn't super low on the Suns coming into the season, but I definitely didn't expect them to be top 7 in the West. So I'll probably expect them to be around the play-in range, but like lower, like maybe like the 9 or 10 seed. But next, you have the Celtics, them also being competent. The Celtics are like the 5th seed in the East, 4th seed, somewhere around there, which is like mind-blowing. Like I was also like not too low in the Celtics, but I definitely didn't expect them to be in the playoff range, especially not top 5 in the East. Like it's a weak East this year, but I didn't expect the Celtics to really like take advantage of that and actually be a pretty good team. Jaylen Brown has been playing amazing. He's averaging 29, 6, and 5, playing amazing defense. He's been proving that he can indeed be a first option. Like all those conversations about him being a first option, especially when he won Finals MVP in 2024. People were saying like, oh, like what if Jaylen Brown his own team? What if he left Tatum, X, Y, and Z? And now we're seeing him be a first option. And he's been pretty good as a first option. He's really kind of like taking like a playmaking leap a little bit, really getting his teammates involved. I'm really noticing that. Maybe he can become like Jason Tatum and just take that playmaking leap and actually become one of the better passing wings in the league. But getting away from Jaylen Brown, Jordan Walsh has kind of like broken out a little bit. He's been amazing at defense. And this is really good for the Celtics that he's like kind of breaking out like this, because when Tatum does come back, now they have a new role player that they can actually like an actual role player that can be in the rotation and have quality minutes. He'll definitely be amazing in the playoffs. He can provide a lot of a defensive spark for them. And then like other role players they've had that have been playing pretty good this season are Peyton Pritchard, Neemias Queta, and Derek White. Derek White kind of started off slow, but he's like really bounced back. I've liked what I've been seeing from Derek White this season. Peyton Pritchard, of course, I'm pretty sure he's been starting at the point guard spot. He's been pretty good for them. Great facilitator. And then Neemias Queta, he's also been pretty good center for them. Their center spot is kind of weak right now. So Neemias Queta stepping up for them at the center spot is a great sign, and also another role player that they'll have when Tatum comes back that can actually be in the rotation, get playoff minutes, etc., etc. Of course, they have great coaching with Joe Mazzulla. He's been one of the main reasons why they are still pretty good. Without Tatum, they've had a great offense. They're fourth in offensive rating this season. However, they're not amazing at defense, like they're below average on defense, but their offense being so good has really carried them and put them into that top 5 seed range in the East. So the Celtics and Suns being good is pretty surprising to me. It isn't like the biggest surprise ever, but like it's pretty surprising to me. I didn't expect them to be as good as they are right now. Then the last surprise I have is Ryan Rollins' breakout. Ryan Rollins has been really, really good this season. He's been like kind of like the co-star to Giannis, like the second best player on the Bucks. And no one really expected this. Like maybe some people expected Kuzma to be better than Ryan Rollins. I don't know how many people, but some people definitely did probably expect that. He might have just been better than him coming into the year. And then Miles Turner, of course, people thought Miles Turner was going to be the second best player on the Bucks. He was going to be better than Ryan Rollins, but that's just not the case. Ryan Rollins is the second best player on the Bucks behind Giannis, of course. He's been pretty efficient this season. He's been passing the ball really well. Like it's like really good stuff coming from him. And he was like a real key important part of the Bucks' early success in the year when they started off the season like 5-1. They've kind of fallen off since then, since Giannis got injured and like all the Giannis drama, him requesting a trade and all that other stuff. So they haven't been like as great recently, but they were like barely below 500. Ryan Rollins, I don't think he's missed a game yet this season, and he's been great. He's been helping the Bucks get to some wins. Really kind of holding it down without Giannis. So shout out to Ryan Rollins. I really didn't expect his breakout this season. He was pretty good last year, but not this good. And this has really been like a huge jump for him. He's probably in the MIP race right now. I don't know where he ranks in that, but he's definitely probably like at least top 3 in my MIP ranking. So yeah, those are my top 3 surprises of the NBA season. Let me know what you think of them in the comments, and tell me what your surprises are this NBA season.